no highlights.
So we're just gonna start. So I'm here, Nick Nelson with Wordsmith Writing Coaches, with
Chris Boucher,
Chris
Actors
Boucher.
Everywhere.
Woo! So, and we're both here at Author Nation, which you can see over our heads.
Mm-hmm.
And so I just wanted to ask you, like, I've had an amazing couple days experience, or day and a half, or whatever. So I think, I kind of feel like this is the first day, because this is the first day that we've actually had, like, sessions.
Agreed.
And, like, the opening remarks.
I would
this
agree
morning.
entirely. Yeah.
So that means that yesterday was day 0. So
Fair.
what have the highlights and maybe lowlights, if you want to share about it? I don't know.
Well, so what I will say is that I had like a day -2, day -1. I showed up a little bit early because I used to play cards for a living.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I don't get to do so as much. The poker isn't legal in New York, so whenever I have an event, I have to come out to Vegas. Yeah, it's
poker
crazy.
for money is not legal in New York?
I mean, you can't take a rake on a table. There's like some places that will work around it, but you can't have
Wow. Like, do cops like bust you if you're at your house with your friends?
A home game, nobody's gonna really. But you can't, you don't have we have a bar league. You won't do that. They'll definitely bust that. They would definitely bust a bar.
Interesting.
100%.
Okay, I had no idea.
Yeah, but I showed up. I had a couple of good days actually. The suit I was wearing yesterday was purchased from the fine people of Las Vegas who donated to my rusty poker skills. So
nice.
I appreciated that.
That's awesome.
Got to enjoy Good News Suit. But the weekend leading up was fantastic. The folks who were, there were some people, logistic people that came in early and showed up and were checking this place out since Thursday. They were here before I was. I was on Friday.
Yeah.
But for day 0, it was fantastic. You had great people here getting signed up. I volunteered, so I was here.
Oh, that's right. You're a volunteer? Oh, that's awesome.
That's what the green
what's
badge
it been like? I know.
There we go.
I haven't been noticing that.
This is what nobody does the research for their interviews these days. It's unprofessional.
Yeah. So, and those of you who are following along at home, you also know I failed spectacularly to actually, look ahead of time at the schedule and plan out my week before I got here.
Wait, there's a schedule?
So, I was going to do it on the airplane, because I hadn't done it yet before I got here. So I was like, well, I'm on the airplane.
Everybody
for 2.5
thinks they're going to do
hours.
stuff on the airplane, and then you're just
I
want to fall asleep. It's that drone, the buzz.
I did.
You just walked in. You're like, I
fell
got
asleep.
people to my. Of course, it happens every time.
But I also made good progress reading Johnny Truan's book, the artisan author.
Excellent.
Because I had already started reading it and taking notes and stuff. But so I made pretty good progress, taking more notes. I'm on page 60, I think, right now, and every page is annotated with
Outstanding.
my notes.
To be clear,
So when I see Johnny, when I see you tomorrow, assuming Johnny's going to watch this, when I see you tomorrow, I'm going to have you autograph the book.
well,
And
tell
I'm-
Johnny that this whole interview project is supported by his book, quite literally. The camera is sitting on the copy of the artisan author that he is talking
That's
about
true.
right now. So you are
The
supporting
artisan
this.
author
You are
is
supporting
holding
this
the camera up
entire
just a little bit.
podcast right now.
Yeah. So, Johnny, if you had written a thicker book, we
would have had better
higher
angles. We would have
camera
had better
angle on this.
angles.
But
No, I got it.
we work with what we've got. So
the chin.
I appreciate it. I appreciate you, Johnny. So I will talk to you tomorrow.
Outstanding. Sounds like a plan.
So yeah. Anyway, so yeah, I think I barely got here Sunday night, and I checked in, went upstairs, passed
Crashed,
out,
yeah.
without planning my week still. So I showed up here. I met Troy Lambert for breakfast at 7:30 in the morning at Cafe Americano.
Doesn't
which
want
is
to eat breakfast at 7:30 in the morning.
Well,
I know. I know.
I mean,
it just feels like we should still be in bed.
it was no, not at all. For me and Troy, it was like, oh, let's finally get breakfast at 7:30. I mean, we're both up around 5 or 6 or whatever. I don't know what time he was
wait,
up.
what time zone are you
I
coming
was
from?
up at 6 something.
What time zone are you coming from?
This one.
And you were
I'm just
up
a
at
morning
7.
person.
Oh my gosh, the worst. The worst. Save me
I
from
know,
this
right?
morning person.
Oh, yeah.
Gosh,
He's
Oh, wait, we have a third person joining us.
Yeah.
Yay, hi
Morning
Jim.
person, night owl.
Yes, totally.
And we did a book retreat together, and we only
Yes.
matched up in the middle of the day.
There's like a
we
3-hour
matched up
productive window.
No, there was lunch and there was dinner and there was the time between lunch and dinner and there was the time right after dinner. And then I fell asleep, and then you guys just kept going, which was
Oh,
great.
except that one night when you had that solar pump book to edit.
Oh, I was
It was
editing
like
a
1
solar
a.m.
pump book.
An
Yeah.
editor.
still
Wait
on.
a second.
Yeah.
Wordsmith,
I'm-
wordsmith writing coaches.
Writing coaches.
What?
I am an editor. Yes. And I have the little ribbon on my name tag to prove it. And look, if you turn my name tag over, there's the Wordsmith Writing Coaches thing.
TARDIS socks.
Look at that
TARDIS
Van Gogh
socks.
TARDIS.
That's awesome.
I like it.
I love it.
I like it.
Anyway, so we're talking about our highlights of the past like day and a half or so. So day 0, you know, vendor day was my first day. Oh my gosh, it was awesome. One of the things that kind of shocked me because I hadn't looked at the schedule really ahead of time. I mean, I had looked at it. Like I looked up, you know, Troy's session.
Everyone knows that you
I
fell
looked
behind
at
on
very
this
no,
spot.
no, but this is the funny part. Like the weird thing is, I looked at the schedule, but not in a way to prepare me for what was happening.
You just
on
wanted
day
to be
0.
like,
no, I wanted to know like when is Johnny Truant's thing? When is Inez Johnson's thing? When is
Okay.
Becca Syme? You know, when is Troy Lambert going to do his thing? So I put those in my phone, and I didn't look at anything else, which means I didn't realize until about 3 o'clock in the afternoon yesterday that all of the vendor stuff it was all going to be put away at 4 o'clock.
Yeah.
I was like, wait a minute, but I haven't
Finite window.
I didn't go to all the booths, but I don't know if I would, even if I had known everything was going to be put away at 4. I thought at least it was going to be up until maybe 8 or 9 p.m. Like the people would go away and leave their stuff on the booths, and then I could go away and pick things up. No. Everything.
Well, the
at
vendors
4
that are
o'clock,
all
people
the vendors,
started folding things
The
up.
vendors that are also sponsors are still up. So
Well, that's
you get
true.
the big ones that are
Yes,
still up there.
that's true.
But,
And thank
but yeah,
God for that.
Yeah, absolutely.
But
Now, if you would have known, you would have prioritized.
I would have. If there's a lot of things I would have prioritized.
And if you had prioritized, you would have known.
Yeah. Also
See
that.
what I did there?
See, if I had
You ever
taken a
watch
look at
Mystery
this.
Men?
Paul Rubin was the best part of that movie.
So what about you guys? What was the best things about day 0 or this morning or early afternoon, whatever you've experienced? What was the coolest booth that you went to on day 0, Monday?
I've been volunteering the entire time, so
But
I
you're
will say the
looking
volunteer
at
staff.
booths. Oh, okay.
The volunteer staff, they've been fantastic. They run a tight ship. Tammy, Jen, that whole crew, absolutely everybody.
Awesome.
A bunch of writers get to work with, some talented narrators. Rebecca Brokaw-Sands here, another narrator from Sound Booth Theater. She's fantastic. Leonard Buford, a new writer in the lit RPG scene. Can't wait to see this guy bust out. He's going to make some. He's a big tech background. This guy has started up tech companies that you've heard of and know and use. I won't blow up his space right now, but no,
Nice. I get it now.
Okay, maybe we'll put that in the comments.
He
or
started
something.
these companies. He was one of the first 10 employees in these companies.
All right,
These
all
are
right, I
big
get it.
names. And I don't want to blow his spot up. But look for his book, Mousecraft. Fantastic.
Okay.
Yeah, they got a whole bunch of good authors and writers and narrators and vendors and
And you got to
incredible
spend
people.
quality time with them as a volunteer.
Absolutely. That's one of the benefits. I want to work my way up
There you go.
the ladder through the back door.
That
That's
happens.
a mixed metaphor.
That's a
No,
bad-
that's gonna,
That's,
yeah.
no,
I
it's
don't-
just a confusingly designed building. That's
Yeah, no, thank you. It's probably not up to code. Probably not up to code. The fire marshal's probably going to shut us down.
They'll lock those doors.
So what about
Yeah.
you, Jim?
That's hard.
Favorite booth? Not your own. Can't say your own
I
booth.
didn't have a booth.
You were at Print to Pro the whole night. Well, I mean,
No, I wasn't. I was there for like a half an hour total.
oh, okay. That's
I
half
brought
hour
them-
that I was
that's like
there.
all
brought them lunch.
You were there for the half
That's
hour.
the entire
I was
30
there.
minutes in the evening that you're awake for. So that's why it was like the whole night.
Morning. He was there in the morning.
Morning. Oh, well, then get no excuse.
Yeah, there you go.
I don't know. I kind of like, and I'm having trouble remembering which name went with the booth. I
Right,
think
me
it's
too.
Novelio.
Novelio's cool.
I was talking with one of the developers for that, and I mentioned that I'm a software tester. and been doing it for like 25 years. And she said, "We need you. Send me an email." And she handed me a business card, but I don't have one that has her name on it. I think Tara.
Look up their website. They'll have points of contact in the staff there, and they'll be there.
Well,
or just email at help@Novelli or whatever.
But I think we had dinner with Tara, who is the owner of it. So,
okay. What's your so where do you get that background? Where do you get your software QC background?
Okay, here's the story. I was working at a human resource consulting place doing tech stuff, and I did a little support for the people that work there. And I got laid off. They were cutting back, and I was hitting up all of the temp agencies because that's what I'd been doing before.
Yeah.
And I had, I was fast typist. I knew all the office programs. So I'm going to this new one that I hadn't been to before. Going, I know all this clerical stuff. Somebody leans out of the back office, says, "Send him on the software test job." "Hi, Jim."
What?
She was one of the consultants at the consulting company that had left.
It's not what you know, it's who you know.
That's really cool.
I went and got that job, did that for, 4 months, 6 months.
Yeah.
Got hired full time and stayed there for 12 years. Went up to project manager on an international team and left for 6 years. And now I'm back again for 5 more years.
Okay.
What's old is new again.
Yeah.
Outstanding.
It's cool. They want a lot of automation. In fact, that's why that 6 years I left.
QA is almost all automation. Just writing the script, the test scripts and whatnot.
Yeah. The company I went to for that 6 years, they got rid of all their manual testers and went to all automation. I'm not a believer in all automation.
Well, no, you got to review it.
The
You still need people running.
Well,
the
tell them what
scripts.
happened when they went to all automation.
Well,
Are they still all automation?
They haven't self-destructed yet.
Okay.
They have a big
Hopefully
venture
they could
capital.
learn real quick that you need a good mix. Because some stuff you definitely can't automate, but then you need your unique fringe cases. I used to program for the Air Force back in the day.
Okay.
And our QC testers used a mix of software script testing and some sergeant that they pull in and be like, "All right, bang on a keyboard," and he would just literally just bang on a keyboard, and if it messed up, he's like, "I don't know what I did, but fix it." Yeah.
Wow.
100%.
I was a team lead at one point, and they came to us and said, "Hey, we have this big project, this big fancy print." I was working contracting with HP, and
My folks both used to work high levels at HP.
all right, and we've got 30,000 tests automated running per night.
Sure.
Wow.
It's like, okay, great. Yeah, can you do some exploratory testing? Maybe a couple of guys, half a day, for a few weeks? Sure. Send them over, and they found 2 or 3 bugs every morning and wrote them up in the afternoon for weeks.
Oh, wow.
And they started pulling them into the meeting. "We have no bugs showing up on our automation. What the heck are you doing?" "We're doing exploratory
Yeah, that's the
testing
whole
manually."
point of it.
Yeah. Right.
That's the definition of it, is to test for the cases that your automated test isn't catching. That's the whole point.
And we didn't know what their tests were. We had no idea what they were testing for.
Exactly.
So
You only test for the stuff that
You're
you
just
think
doing
of.
normal stuff, and you were still catching.
You never
those.
know.
Interesting.
So yeah, it was. Yeah, I have a real problem with automation. Not so much the automation itself, but the management who puts it in and says we need to go all automation.
No, that's silly. That's like AI. Like, it's not like AI should be used for everything, but it's definitely good for something.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Exactly. So I would actually say that you want your white paper testing done automatically. If you have the perfect user, automate that. That should be pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
You want your black box, your gray box testing to be done with humans who are going to be thinking, well, if I was silly, I would do it this way. And I did it.
Yeah.
Then you find that.
Yeah, Plotter. I was an early adopter on Plotter. I saw them in a convention and said, "Hey, yeah, I'd like to try that." By the time I got home from that convention, 24 hours later, I had submitted 8 bugs.
Wow.
Yep, that'll do
And
it.
Cameron was like, "Thank you, Jim."
They're
he still knows
they're
me.
like your favorite worst customers.
Yeah.
It's like, man, they're gonna catch
No,
up.
it's not a bad customer. That's the thing is, it's like being an editor. Like
Oh, sure.
an editor is not a bad reader of a book just because we find all the problems.
Yeah.
Because we're here to help you.
Of
we're
course.
here to save you from.
You'd rather your editor tell you
suffering.
than a review tell you. That's where you want to hear that from.
Your
100%.
editors or your alpha readers.
Yep.
So someone was asking me the other day about the difference between an alpha reader and a beta reader. And I said,
Well, one is more masculine. One is much more masculine.
oh my God.
No,
Nice.
one is a tougher dude.
Don't listen to them. This is a bad definition.
One
vote stutter. Oh my gosh. No. We're going to cut that part out. Okay, so an alpha reader is someone who reads it before it's ready for anyone else to
Yes,
see
sir.
it. An alpha reader is the person who looks at like the premise or the crappy rough draft. And the beta reader is the person who reads it just before you hit print or just before you hit publish, before you hit submit. It's like, let me have some beta readers look at this. So you think you're done and you're probably done. And
Yeah.
like maybe the beta readers feedback is going to affect how you write the book description. Maybe the beta reader's feedback is going to make you want to go in and change a couple things.
Tweak a scene here.
Yeah,
or there,
exactly.
something like that. Yeah.
So, all right, there are all those different readers, and there's editors, and there's proofers. What's the order? You know, alpha and beta. We know it's
Developmental editors.
Developmental
versus,
is
when
after
outline
or before.
editors. When do you engage?
Okay, so my opinion, and the great thing about
Your
this
mileage
is,
may vary.
Well, yeah, I'm sure it will. If you're an editor, drop your arguments in the comments because
Absolutely.
I've been on enough panels with other editors to know that we're all going to have different opinions about this. So here's the Nick Nelson hot take on the order. So you come up with an idea, and you'll probably have a writing partner who might or might not be part of your critique group. The writing partner might or might not also be an editor, might be your editor, might just be a friend of yours who happens to be an editor. But you bounce ideas off of someone like that. That is the earliest form of developmental editing, right? So developmental editing would come first. And then at some point, you've worked with it as much as you can, and bouncing ideas off of your alpha readers or developmental editors, all that stuff comes first, and then you're ready to share it with a critique group. So usually, it won't be a crappy, sketchy, rough draft that you share with your critique group. It will be polished enough, and of course, enough is a subjective thing, right?
Certainly.
But it's polished enough that you're willing to share it, but not publicly, right? So the critique group, those are the people who, if you have a critique group, those are the people who, it's like, are they still alpha readers? They kind of are alpha readers because it's still in alpha. Because
good with C.
Yes, because you haven't sent it. It hasn't been professionally edited yet. So once you're ready, you've taken it as far as you can go. Then you take it to an editor, it's like you hire the editor. It's not just your friend giving you ideas, right?
And
Giving
that's
you
a
feedback.
full developmental edit.
If they think it needs a developmental edit, yes. So going to the next step, they might just think it needs a content edit. There's a very blurry line between developmental editing and content editing. Some of you out there will be like, Nick, content editing is a term that we only use for nonfiction books. Okay, yeah, but it's a helpful term to use, right? Because you're not changing the whole thing. You're looking at the content of the book and saying, this scene is too long, and then this scene is we're missing a step here, or whatever it is. So, and then
That's
of
sort
course,
of like a structural editing kind of.
okay, yeah, structural edit. The thing about content editing is that it involves structural editing, but it could also involve, some
It
line
can't involve the
editing,
content, so
and-
some- okay,
or
so-
like the name of a character. is
Gotcha,
wrong.
okay.
That's not structural. That's just someone's name.
Sure.
But so all that comes under content. But yeah, I'm glad you brought that up because these things are like matryoshka dolls. They nest in each other, So, so then once the developmental and content editing is done, then you just need a line edit. And so line editing is going through and making sure the dialogue sounds good, all that. And during line editing and content editing, something called continuity editing will also be happening, right?
Sure.
Okay, but that's part of, like, that happens the whole time. So when the line edit is done, it goes back to you and the author, and the author just makes sure that the line edit, which is like changed a lot of, it hasn't changed what you said, it changed how you said it. And you might not like how they made those changes. So you've got to go through it and look at it as an author. And at this point, you might, ask your buddy, your alpha reader, to take a look at it again. Now, are they still an alpha reader? Or since it's now been professionally edited, are they your early beta readers? I don't know, your call. So you send it back to the editor, or find a different editor, or whatever, whoever does your proofreading and your polishing, maybe your formatting if you don't want to do the formatting yourself. When all that stuff is, or at least the proofread, right? Well, you can send it to beta readers before the proofread or after the proofread. I suggest that you send it out to like official beta readers who maybe these beta readers don't even recognize your face, but they're fans of your books. Like they recognize your profile photo on the back of your book. But if you saw them at CVS, they might not recognize you right off. Okay, well they recognize you. Okay, they might not recognize me. They might not recognize Chris, but they'll recognize him. So
I'm in skies green right now, purple. On
it's
the
often purple, yes. Oh yeah, fine. So, of course, for colorblind people, that's not going to fool them at all.
That's true. That's true.
So once you've gotten the beta reader feedback back, and you make maybe a few little tweaks, or maybe you just pat yourself on the back and take lots of notes for your book description and for your promo stuff. Because if your beta readers love a certain scene, that's the scene that you talk about. If your beta readers say this particular thing was awesome, then you say in your book description, this particular thing is awesome. Because the number one cause for 1-star reviews, the number one cause is when a reader has paid money for a book with a book description that they love, and the book did not carry out. The book did not fit the description. It didn't follow through on it didn't deliver what it promised in the book description. That is the number one reason for.
Let me tell you, the book that did that for me. Great Expectations.
For goodness sake. Okay. Moving on. So you get the now you publish the book. You've got it's been proofread, and then however you publish it, now it's published, and now finally you get the unsolicited feedback from people, and that reviews that all influences your second edition. But it's
edition.
Maybe
not sequel, but
your second edition or your sequels, all that good stuff, or the short stories that
you can update the book anytime you want these days.
True. Yes, also true. So there you go. That's my explanation. Did I leave out any kind of editing?
I don't think you possibly could.
Okay, good.
No. Proofing, you gave very short shrift.
Yes, I did.
My proofreader was amazing. She asked for a story Bible.
Oh, good.
With every foreign word that I used, and its proper spelling, and the explanation, and whether I wanted it in italics or some other. She started talking MLS versus Chicago.
APA, Chicago.
Or
EuroLeague.
And it's like, okay,
Soccer
It
joke.
does.
You Americans won't get it.
oh man.
Never mind.
And whether or not moon was capitalized.
Yeah, that's a big deal. And when it's capitalized.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I kind of did it at random when I was talking about going to the moon, and it was important I capitalized.
Yeah, the moon would be capital if you're like a
Correct.
moon when it is just a satellite object.
Exactly.
It was always about our moon.
Yeah.
Luna. And she said, no, that according to all the manuals, it's lowercase every time.
Well,
Every time?
No, that's not true.
According to her.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
according to the Chicago Manual
Argue in
style.
the comments.
Yes, argue
Tell
in
us
the
your
comments.
thoughts.
Yes.
Moon or moon.
I'll put the link. I'll put the page number for the
A
8th
different
edition
book
of
and a
Chicago
different
Manual style.
proofreader. I mentioned, this is one of my early books. I want you to take out all the semicolons. I overused them. I used them correctly, but I overused
Yeah,
them.
it's kind of like one of those words that you find that you really love, and you find yourself like, ah, shoot, I used that a little bit too
Yeah,
much.
began and start.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But
Yeah.
it went from 11 to 35.
30,000 words?
No, 11 semicolons in the whole book to 35 semicolons.
By removing them?
She added them.
Oh, she added semicolons. Interesting.
No,
Okay.
that's
Wait a second,
not
you
what I
had-
wanted.
You had 11 in the
Hi.
whole book?
Hey.
Are you looking for your volunteer?
No.
Oh, well, he's here. Just in case you
I
want
love
him.
the stitching, man.
How's it going?
I love that stitching.
So
Yeah, no,
we're
it's
actually on a being interviewed. So
Well,
no, that's okay. You can join us.
this is the tech
We're
that I
talking
was
about our
talking about.
highlights. Well,
That's
we
the
were
tech I was
talking
talking
about
about.
our highlights of like day 0 and the first part of day 1, which we've just experienced.
This
But it's
gentleman-
gotten off into a
We've
side
run tangents.
Yeah, full tangents.
So
And
this
you were
is
one of
actually
them.
one of the gentlemen that I referred to who I
Oh,
enjoyed
yay.
day 0. This was
Hi.
Buford, who just wrote Mousecraft.
Oh, okay.
We're super excited
I
to
made
see
the
it go
transition
through.
from
And,
tech to writing.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah, and it turns out he's
working on it.
infuriatingly good at it. It's
No,
it's
pretty
frustrating
it's pretty
to read
bad.
his work and just be like, wow. So not only does he
Hey,
make successful
No
companies,
comparison. No
My
comparison.
mantra is just put stuff out there, and then eventually I'll get better at it.
cycle through it.
So, yeah.
Iterative process, waterful iterative process. That's how I like to do it. Everything go all right?
Yeah, things are great actually.